The fourth lecture 10 kinds of protection devices such as anti-slip, anti-bias, and anti-tear of belt conveyor in order to ensure the safe and efficient production. The protection devices of the belt conveyor have gradually increased, including anti-deviation protection devices, anti-skid protection devices, coal pile protection devices, anti-tear protection devices, flue gas temperature alarm fire extinguishing system devices, backstop protection devices, and protection devices along the line. 1. Anti-deviation protection device. The deviation protection of the fixed belt conveyor should be used in pairs, and a group of heads and tails should be installed, and a group should be installed at the variable slope position when the slope of the conveyor changes, and a group of simple deviation protection only needs to be installed at the head of the machine. The anti-deviation device should be fixed on the belt conveyor frame or longitudinal beam with a special bracket. When the running conveyor belt deviates by more than 20 millimeters from the edge of the roller, e.g. more than 70 millimeters for belt conveyors with triple rollers, the anti-tracking device will alarm. 2. Anti-slip protection device. It is a device that detects the speed change of the conveyor belt to check whether the drive pulley and the conveyor belt have slipped. In the normal operation of the conveyor, when the belt speed is reduced to a certain value, the slippage and low speed alarm signal occurs, and the automatic shutdown instruction is issued after the driving drum speed is lower than 70% of the normal speed for a certain time. 3. Anti-tear protection device. An anti-tear protection device should be installed 10 to 15 m below the belt blinking point in the direction of the machine head when the head is driven. It is installed between the upper and lower layers of the conveyor belt, and the protection mode is piezoelectric or traction wire rope type. When longitudinal tearing occurs, the device alarms and terminates the operation. 4. Backstop braking device. Downlift conveyors with an average inclination angle of more than 8 degrees in inclined roadways must be fitted with a backstop brake. The ratchet-type backcheck brake device can be installed on the reducer of the conveyor, or the plug belt backstop brake device can be installed between the drive drum and the belt. When the power supply of the conveyor is cut off, the device should act reliably and be able to terminate the operation in time to prevent the conveyor from sliding in the opposite direction. 5. Undervoltage or overcurrent protection. When the grid voltage is lower than 65% of the rated voltage, or when the motor running current exceeds the setting value of the control switch, the magnetic starter or feed switch that controls the belt conveyor should act reliably, cut off the power supply of the conveyor, and terminate the operation. 6. Smoke protection device installed directly above the downwind side of the conveyor head drive drum 10-15 m. The smoke sensor should be hung vertically, not more than 300 millimeters from the top plate. When the conveyor is driven by multiple rollers, the roller near the head shall prevail. Within 2s of continuous use, when the smoke concentration reaches 1.5%, the protection device will alarm and terminate the operation, and the automatic sprinkler device will be started at the same time to sprinkle water to cool down. 7. Overtemperature automatic sprinkler protection. The thermocouple induction overtemperature sprinkler protection sensor should be fixed on the main drive drum pad, bearing seat. The simple conveyor overtemperature sprinkler protection sensor is installed on the bolt hole of the uppermost end cover on the reducer side of the main drive frame background. When the infrared sensor is used, the sensor emitting hole should be detected at the end cover, tile seat, of the main drive drum bearing, and when there are two sets of driving devices, the temperature sensor is installed on the bearing end cover of the main drum bearing far away from the unloading drum. At the temperature measurement point, the device will alarm when the temperature exceeds the specified level, and the automatic sprinkler device will be started at the same time. With a belt with two drives, the sprinkler must be mounted on the same drive drum as the overtemperature protection device. 8. Coal pile protection device. It is a device used to detect whether the coal bunker is full or whether the transfer point is piled up and blocked. Generally, it is installed at the overlap between the belt and the conveyor steel bar, the upper mouth of the coal bunker, or the overlap of the steel bar of two belt conveyors, which is a kind of protection set, to avoid the coal stacking pressure engine from burning the motor. 9. Protection devices along the line. The function is to artificially stop the operation of the conveyor in any part of the belt conveyor and control the occurrence and expansion of the belt conveyor accident in time. Common protectors along the route are push-button coastal protector. One emergency stop button is installed every 40-50 m, and the belt conveyor automatic control system is connected. Hanging wire type protector along the line. Use thin iron wire or fine galvanized steel wire rope to operate a small limit switch, and the limit switch is connected to the belt conveyor automatic control system. 10. Local overload protection. When the net weight of raw materials on the conveyor belt exceeds the rated carrying capacity, it is called partial load. Excessive feeding, transporting large stones, and passenger workers are all prone to cause partial loads and damage to the conveyor.